Hello everybody, welcome once again. Here is Rajesh at the YouTube channel. Now today we will discuss about the irrigations, which that's the means of irrigations and what is required, and in India level of irrigation, the world level of irrigations, and the difference between the Indian irrigations and why the Indian irrigation is completely fully depend on the nature. So we will discuss one by one. So here is the irrigation systems. Here is the irrigations. Okay, irrigation. Irrigation. First of all, we will define the irrigations. Process of supplying water to the crops. Process of supplying water to the crops plants in a field by means of the canals, tube wells, and canals, tube wells, and also difference means is said to be the irrigations. Means that's if you don't understand, that's the process of supplying water to the crops 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 in the field are called irrigations by means of tube well. Okay, by means of tube well, canal systems, well systems, and many more systems. Okay, and many more, and many more. In modern times, there are different types of the irrigation sources is available here. But if we are discussing about irrigations, agriculture practices in India, agriculture practices completely depend upon the nature. Okay, in India, it is completely upon the nature, because natures and the seasons. Especially we can say that seasons, because three seasons is here. Okay, summer seasons, summer, winter, and rainy seasons. So here is the rain is the very important resources through which the rain is very important resources through which we can irrigate the crops. Here is the crops, and also further irrigates the crops depending upon the crops. Right states and requires amount of the excessive yield of any crops increased. Farmer depend on the various natural resources like pond, wells, various pond, well, reservoirs, rivers, dams, pond, well, reservoirs, rivers. These are, and dams generally is a man-made resources. Man-made resources through dams, we are making the making the dams on rivers and supply this water to this to the farmers. Okay, so these are the main resources through which we can through which the farmers irrigate their crops in fields. And for the better development and differentiations with us, and there are several water resources available in the irrigations purpose are as given here. Suppose that well, we are going to describe what is well. Well is the major resources through which Indian people generally Indian farmers irrigate their crops by means of wells, and the wells are it is constructed whenever the ground is present. Okay, so well is constructed, it is constructed whenever the ground is available. If the ground is available, so we will construct the L, and they are majorly two types. So how many types? Two types of wells. First here is the first we can say dug wells. Okay, first it is dug well. Dug wells, what is dug wells? If the water is when the water collected from the water being strata. So when the water collected from the water bearing strata, okay, water bearing strata, the collection of water. Collection of water happen here. So we will use the tube well, sorry, duck well, and here is the duck wells, and the second is the tube wells. What is duck wells? So duck wells first, and the second is the tube well. Tube wells. When the water strata is very deep, deep water, deep water, water strata condition conditions, we will use the machinery. This machinery system is said to be the tube wells. With the help of tube wells, we will dug the wells and make a holes inside the earth, and pick out the waters from there, and for the irrigation point of view. And beside this canal system, suppose that canal is available here. So government are, there are elaborate extremes and used methods of various used methods receiving water from the reservoirs like dams, rivers, and the mains can also further divided into the branches. Okay, that have distributaries to irrigate the fields. So canal systems have the dividers, and the main purpose of if it dams, it is especially dams made dam-made systems, and dam-made systems, and time to times the government officials and governments workers will supply the waters according to the requirements in the canals, and through the canals they will investigate time to times the which crops is going on sowing theirs, and after that they will collect the taxes, and these taxes is collections goes submitted in the government's officials and government teachers. So time to time, dams have a collections of the waters that will supply to the farmers for the growth and development of the crops in a field. So canal systems is a major sources here in India. And if we are talking about the river lift systems, river lift systems, as we know that the river is the natural source of the water supply, and completely all the cities and metro cities and are inhabitants in those places where is the river available. So suppose so we can say that river system is the best method to be our croppings. The method of the used in area where the canal flow insufficient or irregular due to the insufficient reservoirs. Hence these waters directly drawn from the rivers for the supplementing the irrigations in area close to rivers. Okay, so river systems has been supply. Why river systems? As I have said that these river systems is only river lift systems has been done, so where the dams does not provide sufficient water. So dam does not provide sufficient water, so river lift systems has been provided in those places. So these are the river systems. Now tank systems, irrigation tank systems. So what is tank system? So as we know that the tank systems, small storage reservoirs can be stored the run of the smaller catchments areas. Okay, modern technique is of the water small reservoirs. It is small reservoirs that provide waters. Okay, small reservoirs that provide water for the cropping centers to the fields. Okay, that is called a tank systems. Running water generally is running water in a small reservoirs. Running water is collected and then make a tanks, and after time to time, so we will supply these tanks waters into the croppings in our fields. So these are the systems through which we can supply the waters for the irrigation point of view. Okay, so here is the modern techniques. Suppose they are modern techniques. techniques of irrigations. Modern techniques of irrigations, we there are rainwater harvestings and the and the watershed developments. Okay, here is the two systems available here: rainwater harvesting and water shed systems. What is rainwater harvesting? In a rainy season, suppose let's say yes, rain say happening here and a lot of water is pouring is collected at one places, and sometimes these collections does not happen. So these waters are completely flow through the rivers and go back from their own places, and these waters cannot be fully used, and water those is not stopped, not stagnant years, that water will be unusable and runaways. These runaway water does not enter in our soils and does not increase the water strata or water levels inside the earth. So these waters does not collected or locked here inside soils, and these water does not log here. So water levels in our soils does not subside. So rainwater harvesting is a waste method, so in which we collect the waters through the reservoir, pond, pools, and also make a hole, so that the all water raining waters go inside our earth and increase the water levels inside the earth. So these are the rainwater harvesting and water shed system. What is the water shed systems? In water shed systems, small check dams are built in increase ground levels and groundwater levels. So purpose of the checks dams is stop the rainwater from the flowing away and also reduce the soils erosion. So rainwaters is its water dams is also such types of the system through which we can collect the waters at one places as making a dams, small dams, and so that it can also increase the water levels here in our soils. So these are the two processes by means of we have discussed here. That's how we can irrigate in our crops in the soils. Irrigations happens in India. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye. Okay, thank you.